Go.
Okay, so we're gonna go through a little review here. I'm gonna make this quick and simple so you can watch as many times as you need. I uploaded this file there so you can print it, you can work on it as you need. So the first one is asking us to write this number here in scientific notation. Remember what I told you guys, whenever you can't see the decimal point, it's at the end, it's hiding at the end. So where am I gonna put it? Well, I want the number to the left of it to be between 1 and 10. So if I put it over here, the number to the left of it is 64. Too big. It's not between 1 and 10. So I want it to go right here because the number to the left of it is a 6. 6 is between 1 and 10. So I'm going to have to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. So what I'm going to write here as my answer is 6.427 times 10, and the exponent is how many times I had to move this. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 times. So my exponent is 9. Now for the second problem, it's asking me to solve that. Another thing that I want you to pay attention to, this problem here is completely different from this problem right here, which is number 6. Problem number 6 is a multiplication, multiplying numbers written in scientific notation. Number 2 is adding. So anytime I'm adding or subtracting numbers written in scientific notation, I need to make sure the exponent is the same. So I usually, like I tell you guys, like to bring this up because it makes my life much easier at the end. So I'm going to make this 3 a 4, which makes, if the exponent went up, the decimal point goes back. So this becomes a 0.27. So now what I have is 6.3 plus 0.27. Which gives me 756. So 6.57 for the number part of it times 10 to the power of, again, some people tend to write, oh, it's 4 and 4, 10 to the power of 8. No, if you're adding, it stays the same, 10 to the power of 4. So 6.57 times 10 to the power 4. That's my final answer. Problem number 3 is asking me to write this in standard form. Well, that's quite the opposite of what I was doing over there. So if I have 3.702 and I want to write that times 10 to the 5th as in standard form, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this decimal point however many times my exponent tells me to. So my exponent is telling me to move to the right because this is positive 5 times. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I go ahead and add zeros here. So my final answer is 370,200. So 370,200. Problem number 4 right here is asking us to write that in standard form as well. The only difference is that now my exponent is negative. So if my exponent is negative, I'm going to move my decimal point to the left. Since I don't have much room here, I'm going to just rewrite the number right here. So I need to move it to the left 3 times. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 times. 0, 0 here. My decimal point now is over there. So that becomes 0.00173. Some people like to write it as 0.00173, and that is perfectly fine. The next one is asking me to adjust this. Well, what does it mean? Something here is wrong. And as I tell you guys all the time, the number to the left of it has to be between 1 and 10. And 24 is not between 1 and 10. That means I have to move my decimal point 1 time to the left. If I move that 1 time to the left, I have to move this up 1. But this, remember, when I move -2 up 1, it doesn't go to -3. That's moving down. -2 moving up becomes -1. So that is going to be 2.46 times 10 to the -1 power. Just leave it at that because it's asking you to adjust to scientific notation. Some people try to do 0.246. Don't do that because that is not in scientific notation. That's standard form. Next one is a multiplication. Easy peasy, this one. And remember, whenever you don't see anything here, that is multiplication. So for multiplication, I'm just going to multiply the numbers part of it. So it's 2.5 times 3, which if you do the math there, you're going to get 7.5 times, well, when you multiply 10 to the 5th times 10 to the 8th, remember, 10 to the 5th times 10 to the -8th, -8. You're going to add the exponents. So if you have 5 plus -8, you know that's going to be 10 to the -3rd power. So it's 7.5 times 10 to the -3rd